We got another special guest. This guy just taped America's Got Talent in Hollywood in front of Howard Stern and that Spice Girl and Howie Mandel, and he's going to be on it this summer. It's his birthday tonight. It's his birthday tonight. His name is Berwyn, but shh, he's going to come up in disguise. He's going to come up in character as Toni Baloni. So let's have a nice hand right now. He's right there, Mr. Toni Baloni, everybody! Toni Baloni!
Thank you. Hold your applause. Throw money. This here for Matt Kissane. First time I met Jan in the back of the police car, included a small goat and 3 midgets. It's good to be here. It's good to be anywhere. My wife just bought a see-through nightgown. Problem is, at my age, I can't see through it. Yeah, I woke up one day, I said to my wife, I said, I see red dots in front of my eyes. She said, have you seen a doctor? I said, no, just red dots. Oh man, what a headache. I woke up this morning with the worst hangover. The wife says, last night at the Johnson's dinner party, you got drunk, you ran around in your boxers, you peed in their freezer. How could you do that? I said, I don't know, I must have used a step ladder. Okay, let's start at the beginning. Story of my life. My parents were so poor.
How poor were they?
No, how poor were they, Ron? Get it right. I don't care if you own the joint. It was Ron, wasn't it? And the chicken wings are good. Okay, they were so poor they got married for the rice. On the day I was born, my mom asked the doctor for a second opinion. I was never close to my mother. She used to breastfeed me through a straw. My dad, though, he was encouraging. He'd say, Tony, you got to start at the bottom. He was teaching me how to swim. Yeah, Matt said it's my birthday. Let me tell you something. I did not have a good childhood. Every year on my birthday, my mom and dad would go to the zoo. Without me, they'd throw stones at the stork. When I was 4 years old, they bought me a quicksand box. When I was 6, I was kidnapped. The kidnappers sent my mom and dad one of my thumbs. They told the kidnappers they wanted to see more proof. I tell you, we lived in a small town. Jesus Christ, can you try to be awake? It was so small, the phone book had 1 yellow page. I'll tell you, this town was so small, the hooker was a virgin. Did I mention we were poor? We were so poor the mice had to eat out. Okay, so 30 years later, I met my wife at a travel agency. She was looking for a vacation. That was the last resort. I love my wife. She tells me I'm the inspiration for twin beds. Yeah, so anyway, oh, hey, my wife and I, this is the truth. We have an on-off relationship. I get on, she tells me to get off. Actually, we're very close. The other night, it took 4 cops and a German Shepherd. Okay, so 30 years later after meeting my wife, I'm lying on the couch. The wife says, Tony, why are you lying on the couch? I say, because I don't gotta pee. She says, what are you gonna do today? I said, nothing. She says, that's what you said yesterday. I said, I know, but I wasn't through. She said, you know, you never fix anything around the house. I said, that is not true. Every day I fix something around the house. Monday a martini, Tuesday a Manhattan. She said, Tony, you're gonna drive me to an early grave. I said, good, get in the car, I'll drive you there. She said, you bum, you're as worthless as a waterproof sponge. Every morning I see the man next door in his driveway kiss his wife goodbye. In the evening he brings her home flowers. How come you never do that? I said, because I don't even know her. So I get up off the couch. The wife says, hey, where are you going? I said, I'm going out. She said, how long have you been gone? I said, the entire time. She said, I hope I don't find out you've been at the bar drinking again. I said, I hope you don't find out either. So I'm at the bar drinking again. I ordered a scotch, a double Jack Daniels, gin and tonic, bottle of champagne, all kinds of shit. I threw them all back. I said to the bartender, man, with what I got, I should have drank all that. He said, why, what do you got? I said, 35 cents. So I leave the bar and driving home, the car breaks down. 2 guys in trench coats hop out of the truck. They begin exposing themselves to traffic. I said, hey, what are you guys doing? They said, we're the emergency flashers. Okay, so I get the car started. I'm almost home in the driveway. I run over the neighbor's cat. I love cats. They taste like chicken. I knock on the door. I said, lady, I ran over your cat. You want me to replace it? She said, yeah, you can start with the mice in the basement. Anyway, let me tell you, my wife and me, we have sex almost every day of the week. Almost on Monday, almost on Tuesday. Why, the other night, the wife said, Tony, let's try something different. So she tied me to the bed, then she went out. Let me tell you, after 30 years of marriage, sex life, I got no sex life. I wake up in the morning, vultures are circling my crotch. Why, the other morning, this peeping Tom reached in through our bedroom window, he pulled down the shade. So anyway, the wife suggested I try Viagra, but it got stuck in my throat and I got a stiff neck. Let me tell you something. Viagra, what I need is a blindfold. My wife calls it her beauty sleep. She said, Tony, I need my beauty sleep. I look at her, I say, beauty sleep, nothing. Try hibernation. Let me tell you. I once sent my wife's picture to Ripley's Believe It or Not. Ripley sent it back. He didn't believe it. One time, my wife was giving a drowning man mouth to mouth. He pushed her away and drowned. Let me tell you something. My wife, her teeth are so yellow, she smiles and traffic slows down. But the good news is she got a part-time job at the prison, curing sex offenders. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you. You can laugh if you want. They're pretty when you marry them. My wife, the only time she ever heard a whistle was right before the train hit her. One time, I come home, my best friend is in bed with my wife. I go, Lenny, I got to, but you? So anyway, based on all that, based on all the above, I go to see my urologist. I say, Doc, I have not had an erection in 10 years. Can you help me? He said, sure, just let me freshen up first. All right, I got a new proctologist. Nice guy, pain in the ass. He uses 2 fingers. So he can get a second opinion. So I got my pants down, I bent over, I got my cheeks all spread open for him. He brought the champagne this time. He says, Tony, it looks like you got hemorrhoids here. I said, Doc, what should I do for him? He suggested dinner and a movie. Let me tell you, I never had much luck with girls. I remember little Mary Lou Horton down the street. She said, Tony, come on over. There's no one home. I go over. There was no one home. I almost laughed at my own stupid joke. Jesus Christ. That's what happens. Is this a great place or this is a great place to get drunk, ain't it? I lost track of it. You know, my doctor tells me, Tony, drinking is slow poison. I say, tough shit, who's in a hurry? Okay, so anyway. Yeah, speaking of girls, I'll never forget, before I met my wife, I hired a hooker. I lowered my pants, she lowered her price. Let me tell you, I would still chase girls if I was single, as long as it was downhill. At my age, the only thing that goes out is my back. I went to see my doctor, so I said, Doc, you got to help me. I think my age is catching up with me. He told me to run faster. I said, no, Doc, seriously, something strange is going on in my later years. Lately, I've got this urge to wear really tight pants, sing songs, and sweat a lot. He said, Tony, it's obvious what you got. You got Tom Jones syndrome. I said, Doc, Tom Jones syndrome, is it serious? He said, it's not unusual. That's my biggest laugh. You guys got to come out more often. So he says, Tony, tell you what. Jack Daniels and Coke, good shit. Tony, thank you, Matt. My birthday drink. He said, Tony, go stand over there by the window and stick out your tongue. I said, why? He said, because I hate the doctor across the street. So he says, Tony, open your mouth and say, ah. I go, ah. He goes, oh my God. I go, what is it, Doc? My throat? He says, no, it's your breath. He said, you've been drinking again, haven't you? I said, what do you mean again? I never stopped. He said, Tony, I warned you about that booze. It's going to be the death of you. I said, Doc, I can't afford to die. Too many people owe me money. Speaking of that, he hands me the bill, $314.18. I said, what is this? Looks like a car payment. He says, it is mine. But anyway, can we move on? Let's talk about show business, shall we? After all, show business is my life. Comedy is in my blood. One day I'll try to get it into my act. People ask me, actually nobody asked me shit, but if they were to ask me, Tony, how did you get involved in show business? I would tell them my father was a big influence. See, he was a stilt walker. I always looked up to him, and I started at the bottom. Thank you very much. You clapped at that, you need help. I started at the bottom. I've been there ever since. Let me tell you guys something. My act has to be seen and heard to be depreciated. People want to pay me what I'm worth, but I won't work that cheap. Actually, at my shows, the most expensive seats are by the exit. Hell, for twice as much, you don't even have to come. You can just stay home. But I tell you, the toughest joint I ever played, I'll never forget it. If they didn't like you, the owner of the club sent you to the mop closet without any supper. Oh, I tell you, talk about a tough stage. This stage didn't have a chicken wire. It had a moat. Actually, there was a club even tougher than that. I was about to go on. The owner said, Tony, you better be funny. I said, why is that? He said, because my customers like to throw ashtrays and beer bottles at this stage. The last 10 comics left here with broken noses and lacerations. I said, that sounds awful. He says, it gets worse. Those are the ones they liked. Yeah, I tell you. Back in the days, I used to perform at big theaters. I tell you, these theaters, they were big. I'll tell you, people would throw green tomatoes at me. By the time they hit me, they were ripe. Yeah. I used to perform at tough joints. Oh, these joints were tough. I'll tell you, clubs with a name like Freddy's Feed You the Fishes Bar and Grill, Benny's Bucket of Lounge, Joint Lounge, Cement, whatever. I mean, these were tough clubs in tough neighborhoods. These neighborhoods were tough. You put your hand in wet cement, you felt another hand. Oh, these were questionable clientele, if you know what I mean. The owners of the club would say, Tony, you better be funny. I say, why? He said, because my customers like to come here to forget their troubles. I say, how do you forget you're wanted for manslaughter? Oh, I tell you. The other night, I was halfway through my show. I heard this lady yell, you're horrible, you stink, you should have never been born. It took 2 security guards to evict my mother from the theater. But anyway, just last week, I was backstage. Just last week, backstage, I was constipated in the can. The owner of the club yelled, Tony, you're on in 1 minute. I said, they'll have to wait, I'm constipated here. He said, what do I tell the audience? I said, tell them my opening act is stuck in traffic. I tell you, being a working comic on the road is tough these days. Being an unemployed comic is even tougher. In the old days, the agents would put you up in nice hotels. These days, they put you up in dumps. And you got to pay for them yourself. Last time I was on the road, I was checking in this motel. The guy at the desk says, 29 bucks for a room, 19 bucks if you make your own bed. I said, fine, I'll make my own bed. He brought me some nails and wood. So I go in the room, there's 2 mice fighting in the can. I call the guy at the desk, I say, there's 2 mice fighting in the bathroom. He said, what do you want for 29 bucks? Mike Tyson? So I'm tired, I've been on the road, I gotta get some rest. This drunk chick is pounding on my door, swearing and cussing. Finally, I had to get some sleep, so I let her out. I tell you, this motel was a dump, I tell you, it was bad. They stole my towels. And the restaurant down the street was no prize. I'm hungry. I want to eat something. So I go to this restaurant. I tell you, the food at this restaurant was so bad, the sign says, sorry, we're open. Their house specialty was deep-fried meatloaf. So I say to the waiter, how's the fish today? He said, I don't know. You have to ask them. I said, is the fish fresh? He said, it was last week. I said, fine, just bring me a steak. He says, how would you like your steak? I said, I like it on a plate in front of me. So in the meantime, he brings me a bowl of soup. I tell him there's a fly in my soup. He hands me a fork. Finally, my steak comes. I say, hey, pal, you want to get your thumb off my steak? He said, what, and drop it on the floor again? So the meal's a disaster. I say to the waiter, I refuse to eat this. Bring a cook out here. He says, why? He refuses to eat it, too. I say, you know what? Forget the whole thing. Where can I take a leak around here? He pointed by the kitchen. So I took a leak by the kitchen. The people at table 12 weren't too thrilled about that. So, I hate the fly. Does anyone here hate the fly? You know why I hate the fly? Ask me why I hate the fly. Why do you think? It makes my arms tired. Yeah, I tell you. Thank you. And my drummer, you finally showed up. Flying terrifies me almost as much as my mother-in-law, which reminds me, I was at the drugstore last week. I told the pharmacist, I want some arsenic for my mother-in-law. He said, you got a prescription? I said, no, but here's her picture. But anyway, the last time, when I do fly, I fly the low-rent, no-frills airline because I'm on a budget. I'm also a cheap bastard. How cheap am I? I don't bring my wife flowers, I bring her seeds. Yeah, I'm so cheap, once a beer truck ran over me, the only time in my life the drinks were on me. So anyway, this airplane was so small, they had to start the propeller with a rubber band. I tell you, talk about a low-rent airlines. The pilot walked up and down the aisle with a tip jar, made us all chip in for gas. I asked the stewardess where I could take a leash. She pointed at the emergency exit. You know what I don't get? I don't get how people can fall asleep on an airplane. I cannot fall asleep on an airplane. I have a cousin, the only time he could fall asleep on an airplane was when that sucker was 35,000 feet in the air, then he'd be out like a baby. The only problem was he was a pilot. Yeah. You guys were a great audience. I've had a wonderful evening, but this was not one of them. Good night, Cleveland. Hold your applause for money. Yeah, because wouldn't that look good naked?
More insults for me. God damn you guys. It hurts. Toni Baloni, everybody. Give it up for Toni Baloni. I don't know. I think I might have heard 1 or 2 of those jokes before, but I don't know. We got a very funny show for you guys. More comments. Hey, we got some celebrities in the audience.